Gentlemen, in the back of the shul, there's empty chametz forms. Feel free to take one and fill it out carefully, and we'll make up a time. The Shulchan Aruch says that it's a siman in Shulchan Aruch. Shaloi lasos melachah be'erev Pesach acher chatzos. There's a halacha, it's a mishnah, that you're not allowed to do any melachah on Erev Pesach once the midday comes, once chatzos comes. Now, any melachah doesn't mean you're not allowed to cook. It's the same as Chol Hamoed. All the halachos of Chol Hamoed, you're not allowed to do. So, for instance, you wouldn't be able to, you're not allowed to do laundry. Probably not allowed to take a haircut. You're not allowed to really open your business. These are dinim of Chol Hamoed, which we're all familiar with. That same dinim transfers to Erev Pesach. Why can't you do melachah on Erev Pesach? So there's three reasons given. Rashi says the reason is because on Erev Pesach you're busy. Busy with Pesach preparations and matzahs and all kinds of, it's the holiday that you have to prepare the most for from a time point of view. So you're very busy. So therefore Chazal said that's a whole Perek of Makam Shenagu. Therefore, Chazal said that you're too busy to start doing your own melachas. Worry about Pesach. That's what Rashi says. The other Rishonim say that's not the reason. We don't find that busy makes an Isser melacha. And they bring the Yerushalmi, and the Yerushalmi says, and this is probably the most accepted reason, is because once upon a time we brought the Korban Pesach on Erev Pesach. And when you're Oisek b'mitzvah of the Korban Pesach, you're not supposed to be doing other things. Not because you're busy, but because your mind should be completely on the Korban Pesach. That was a big avoda for so many centuries. And even though, says the Yerushalmi already says, even though we don't bring the Korban Pesach today, nevertheless, it's still a commemoration of the fact that we used to bring the Korban Pesach. This is the whole Seder Pesach, the commemoration of the Korban Pesach. So therefore, we have an Isser Melacha. I saw the other Rishonim the Pnei Yeshua brings. This is not as well quoted. The Pnei Yeshua and Psachim brings that it's a different thing. He says that Erev Pesach is a moed. He brings proofs that Erev Pesach itself is a yontiv. In other words, besides the fact that you're busy, besides the fact that you're bringing Korban Pesach, there's something on Erev Pesach which is in and of itself a yontiv. The Bir Halacha brings this whole machlokas, and he says that the big nafkamina will be this year. The Bir Halacha is in Taf Samaches. The big nafkamina will be this year because this year Erev Pesach is on Shabbos. So since Erev Pesach is on Shabbos, so can you do malacha on Friday after chatzos? That's the question that the Bir Halacha asks. Can you do halacha on Friday after chatzos? Well, if the reason is that you're busy, so you're busy. You're even busier on Erev Pesach before chatzos. So the Rashi's reason will apply. If the reason is like the Pnei Yoshua, because it in itself is a yontiv, well, it's not a yontiv, so then you could do malacha. And if the reason is because we used to bring the Korban Pesach, then so you don't bring the Korban Pesach on Friday. Even if it would be a year like this, the Korban Pesach is Doicha Shabbos, and you bring the Korban Pesach on Shabbos itself. So according to Rashi, you wouldn't be able to do malacha on next Friday after Chatzos. And according to the Yerushalmi that's brought, you would be allowed to do malacha because the Korban Pesach doesn't have anything to do with Friday. So what's the halacha? So the Bir Halacha in Taf Samaches paskins the shaila, and he says that at the end of the day, Rov poskin toifsin tam ha-Yerushalmi. Most poskin bring the Yerushalmi, which means, according to the Yerushalmi, you would be allowed to do malacha on Shabbos, which is Erev Pesach, meaning on Friday before Shabbos, because it has nothing to do with Rashi of being busy. So Rov poskin toifsin tam ha-Yerushalmi v'im kain efshir de'ein lahachmir. So it says the Bir Halacha efshir de'ein lahachmir. It always be machmir. But efshir de'ein lahachmir, meaning, just to review that in a sentence, so Friday, which is the day before Erev Pesach, so you're all busy with the preparations for the Seder on Friday, Nevertheless, according to the Yerushalmi, that does not create an Isser Malacha after Chatzos, and then you can do Malacha. There's no Chol HaMoed this year on Friday.